this has changed my life. Like, this was a game changer. I'm a different person.
Came into the 21-day program and did that, loved that, and that created some massive changes in my life within a couple of weeks.
Speaking of being in our bodies, the 21-day nervous system tune-up was one of those spaces, and I actually think just the act of orienting, just the simple act of experiencing that relationship with my body and my environment really moved the dial for me.
I thought I was quite happy. I experienced severe anxiety and depression and burnout last year, and I quit my job. I started looking things up, and literally the very first video that popped up was yours. Maybe I'm not as fine as I think I am. So I signed up for your nervous system tune-up course.
For so long, I biohacked and did limbic system training and deep meditations for hours at a time. My diet was perfect. My exercise was perfect. Everything's perfect. I got perfect labs, but I've got chronic disease.
When I became a mother, I was really at the bottom, and I had never been there before. I'm messed up. I need something. I do not have the tools for this. So I started Googling, and I found you, and I signed up for the 21-day nervous system tune-up, and I did orienting, and I had never felt that before. And I was like, wow, I'm like very well trained in all things like movement and somatics. And I was like, oh, that was the first time that I could actually separate sensation and emotion. To me, they had been the same thing.
So that was the first time I've really felt that I dropped into a feeling and an experience of presence, which I have realized in a huge way is what's been so hard about parenting for me.
So when I was going through the 21 days program, I literally felt from day to day like a veil was being lifted. When I think about where I'm now and what has been going on for me, even like past few weeks, months, compared to most of my life, or it's like my wild dreams are taking place, or my wildest wishes about nice and calmer and safer life are happening because of doing the nervous system work.
I saw everybody's trauma in the health and wellness space, and it was like just is sickening as well. If you've got an ailment, they got something to sell you. Whether that's a restrictive diet, it's usually punishing yourself. It's an ice bath or a heroic mushroom dose, or don't eat any carbs, or fast for 7 days, and it's like that's going to fix you. Something's wrong with you, but really the way out is the voice inside.
By the time I finished the self-study course, my chronic pain was all gone.
I was starting to orient, and I thought it was a very silly concept in the beginning. And I thought, oh my goodness, could this be working? Things started moving, in my body. And for the very first time, I started sensing things in my body. And I thought, oh my God, I didn't know I could feel. Why doesn't anybody teach these things?
I've been doing this kind of stuff for ages. I've been meditating for more than 10 years. I've read various different spiritual books about being present and being here now and working with your emotions and working through your childhood stuff. I've seen therapists, and I would say hands down, Irene's material is the best thing I've found ever on this subject.
You gave me something solid to be able to say, this is like in my body. There was language around it. There was just something visceral that I could actually turn to.
I have seen the biggest shift in the last 9 months since doing this work.
I think it took me 6 months to go through that 21-day course because I did it, and then I practiced. I brought it into everything. Like I tried to bring it into everything. It was my lifeline. This practice has revolutionized the experience of who I am and what my life is. And those are big words, but it's actually really true.
So I just really wanted to thank you because it's opened up so many avenues of healing for me.
Yeah, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, can't recommend it enough. So just do it.